Hello, my name is Heather. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you could like and subscribe, that would be super dope. If you are a returning friend, thank you so much for being here. It's lovely to see you. We are talking cottage country scents. This also might be really niche in the sense that I sort of get the impression that going to cottage country is a very like Southern Ontario thing, to go a little bit north and go up to where all the lakes are and go to like a little shack in the woods. There is going to be a beach. I'm going to have access to a beach. So we're going on vacation. We're going to a beach, sort of, but the beach is at the lake. So it is not tropical summer vibes. It is like lake beach. And then there's also like the like cabin in the woods camping aspect of it. We're not thinking like tropical summer vacation. When I think about scents that I'm going to bring with me up to the cottage, there's a couple of things. I have to deal with bugs. Generally speaking, if you don't want to attract bugs up at the cottage, you should not be wearing scents at all. That is a thing. I'm a fool. I'm but a fool. I went and like looked into the science. Are mosquitoes like attracted to sweet scents? The science on this is all really dubious. So I don't know how scientifically accurate this is. This is all very anecdotal. I'm not a scientist. So I'm going to be taking some scents with me. I'm going to show you what I'm taking. This is sort of also kind of like a little bit of a pack with me kind of situation. I will explain why I picked these particular scents and why I think they're going to work up there. If you're interested in what I'm bringing up to the cottage with me, just keep on watching. So the first choice I've made is I'm going to be packing with me this little decant. This is Joe Malone's Wood Sage and Sea Salt. This is a classic scent. Very salty, but like a little bit sweet. Very like pleasant skin scent kind of a thing. The notes for this are like ambrette, mineral notes, sea salt, sage. But I think what makes this is a really great scent for the cottage is that it is specifically not too sweet. Just kind of like salty and refreshing and nice, and like not too salty in an oceanic beachy way. The sage sort of makes it like more woodsy. I think this will be a really phenomenal little wear while I'm up there. That is Joe Malone's Wood Sage and Sea Salt. Another choice that I'm going to be bringing with me up to the cottage, I think this is Goldfield and Banks. This is Pacific Rock Moss. I love this scent. This is also a very like aquatic, salty scent. Yeah, this is very like a similar vein to Wood Sage and Sea Salt. This is a bit more long lasting. It does smell a little bit more like oceanic, but like not like super, super beachy. Sort of like salty and fresh. And I really think this is like a beautiful scent. I'm definitely going to be upgrading this once I am done this travel. I also think this is going to be a great scent for going up there because it's not too sweet. It's sort of like got like the green mossiness. It's got like a salty thing. That is Goldfield and Banks Pacific Rock Moss. Something that's not too sweet, but still like refreshing and light and quite pleasant. This is CK1 Summer 2012. This is obviously very discontinued. My bottle is also a little beat up. That's how I got it for as cheap as I did. This is a very like cucumber forward fragrance, very green, but still like quite aquatic, a bit more aromatic because it's got like this rosemary note. So I think that like that sort of brings in like the woodsy vibes. So it's refreshing, light. It'll be hot there, but it'll still be in the woods. So it's got like that rosemary thing going on. I think it's going to be a great option to bring up there. So that is CK1 Summer 2012. Another scent I'm planning on bringing up there, and I will probably only use once because I think I only have one wear of this left, but that is okay. I'm going to be bringing this. This is a decant that you cannot read, but this is Narcotica's Limonata. This is a refreshing lemony scent. It is fairly sweet. It's probably a little sweeter than I should bring, but it's very like light, refreshing. This reminds me a lot of Light Blue by Dolce & Gabbana, which is a very classic scent. However, where Light Blue is very short lasting and like sort of like a very like aquatic, breezy citrus scent, this is very long lasting. This is like an 8-hour day on me, which was really impressive. I was not expecting that at all from like a citrusy, like light aquatic scent, but it really lasts quite a long time. I was actually very impressed with this. I wish it was cheaper than it is. I was really impressed with this one. So I'm gonna use the rest of this up at the cottage, I think. I think this will be light, refreshing, kind of like still like kind of an aquatic, watery thing going on, and maybe a little sweeter than I should go for, but not too sweet, I think. So I think this will be great. This is Narcotica's Limonata. All right, I'm gonna explain the logic of the next sense. And this is, again, not based in science, just based in like what people say to each other and anecdote. One of the things that people say is that bugs are not attracted to mint. That mint will repel things a little bit. Bugs aren't super interested in minty scents. So that is the logic behind the next 3 things I'm going to show you. So they are all very minty. This is new to my collection. It will be in an upcoming haul video. You may have seen it in my mint chocolate chip quest. This is Juliet Rose's mint choc chip ice cream. Yeah, this is a very mint forward scent. As I've let it sit longer, I can pick up the chocolate a little bit more. So this is probably, again, on the sweeter side of things, but I think because the mint is so strong in this, that this might be a little repellent to the bugs. I'm hoping so. I can also just wear mosquito repellent, but those smell terrible. So I'm already taking a risk here, but here we go. So far I'm really liking this one a lot in terms of like a mint chocolate chip scent. Still giving it a few wear tests. Haven't worn it a lot yet. I think this will be a good option, and I'm going to experiment with it a little bit more up at my cottage. So that's Juliet Rose's mint chocolate chip ice cream. And the next 2 things I'm going to bring up are body mists, also quite minty. We're gonna use the rest of Victoria's Secret Frostmelt. This is a very short lasting scent, but it is minty and chocolatey. I think it'll be refreshing up there in the heat. It is probably a little sweet, but I'm hoping the mint will counteract that a little bit. I think this will be a great option to wear up there. So this is Frostmelt by Victoria's Secret. It's body mist. The other body mist I'm going to bring up, again, because it is minty and refreshing, probably a little too sweet. This is Bath & Body Works. This is Twisted Peppermint. Yes, it is a Christmas scent. I fully maintain that Twisted Peppermint is an excellent summer scent. If you have it, I suggest pulling it out and wearing it in the summer in the high heat. It's great. Very, very minty and very, very sweet, and lasts a pretty decently long time. I'm hoping that because it is so minty, bugs will not be interested in me. But again, I think this will be really refreshing in the heat up there. I think the mint will hopefully keep the bugs away from me a little bit. I think this will be a good option. So that is Bath & Body Works Twisted Peppermint. And the final scent I'm going to bring up to my cottage. This one is probably a little more tropical and beachy, but like I am still going to a beach and it's still sunshiny and beautiful. I'm going to bring something that sort of gives me the vibes of that as well. Plus I'm going to be wearing a lot of sunscreen, and this will go well on the sunscreen. This is the 7 Virtues. This is Coconut Sun. I also think that this is maybe like not so sweet that I'll be super attractive to the bugs, but this is like a very like coconut water scent, very floral. I find this very refreshing. This scent in particular works super well in like 40-50 degree weather. It is very, very good in the very, very high heat. It's supposed to be pretty hot up there. I think this will do really, really well. So that is the 7 Virtues Coconut Sun. Do you know what I mean when I'm talking about going up to cottage country? Is that a very Ontario thing? I've heard it's a very Ontario thing. It's also a very privileged thing, and I'm very, very aware of that. My cottage is on the Algonquin land, and I fully appreciate that we get to be there and experience all the beautiful nature that's up there. Do you cottage? Is that a foreign concept to you? I guess the question is sort of like, if you were going up to like a cabin in the woods kind of situation, what sort of scents would you bring with you? I would love to hear about it. Thank you so much for watching, friends. I will see you around. I'm going to show you some fun at the cottage. Insert clips here. You're like, oh hey, she's going on vacation, let's rob her. I'm home by the time I'm already home. Don't do that. No.